Darlings, gather round, because today we need to address something that has been simmering for years, and Tom Sykes has now served it on a gold-plated platter of projection, obsession, and royal panic. Once again, Meghan Markle has simply existed, and the British press has burst into flames like someone waved Diana's ghost in their faces. And this time, it's all because Meghan dared to wear clothes, to pose in a photo shoot, to be beautiful, to have shoulders, to have hair. Let's unpack this royal madness. Let's check Tom Sykes' temperature, and let's talk about the real issue here. Who benefits from pretending Meghan is cosplaying Diana? And why are they so threatened? First, let's get something straight. The royal family has one of the most predictable visual cultures on Earth. They repeat the same visual motifs the way a sitcom recycles jokes. Trooping the colour balcony lineup. Same formation every year. The Sandringham Christmas walk. Same coats, same hats, same tight smiles. New baby on the hospital steps. Same pose, same blanket, same exhausted mother pretending she's fine. The corgi shots, the brooches, the pearls, the Balmoral tartans. Everything is curated within an inch of its life, to say one thing. The monarchy is still here. Please do not look behind the curtain. But somehow, according to Tom Sykes, the only person on Earth who isn't allowed to reference any royal or fashion history is, surprise, Meghan Markle. The woman who married into the family is apparently forbidden from accessing the wardrobe vocabulary used by every female royal since the Victorian era. Everyone else is continuity. Meghan is cosplay. Convenient, isn't it? Now let's get to Tom Sykes, because my God, the dedication, the stamina. This man writes about Meghan with the intensity of someone whose Wi-Fi password is I Miss Diana 1997. In his latest piece, he calls Meghan's Harper's Bazaar shoot freaky. He says she's summoning Diana as a brand asset. He implies Harry is being emotionally manipulated. He suggests Meghan is marketing trauma. This from a man whose entire job relies on mining Diana's memory for clicks. Tom, my love, you cannot accuse someone of using Diana as a brand asset while writing yet another article that only exists because the word Diana is your SEO lifeline. Let's be real. If Meghan ever stopped being linked to Diana, half the royal press would be applying for jobs at Tesco. This isn't journalism. It's fixation dressed as analysis. Let's examine the so-called cosplay fashion choices. Meghan wears a white suit, a red dress, classic everyday choices for millions of people. Yet her wardrobe is dissected for hidden meanings, every outfit compared to Diana's. For Meghan, getting dressed becomes a high-stakes performance. If she's modern, she's too Hollywood. If she's classic, she's a copycat. There's no way to win. The scrutiny isn't about fashion, it's about finding fault. Critics frame normal choices as manipulative, undermining her character. The focus stays on the superficial because it's easier to attack a costume than a person's substance. The real story is lost in the spectacle. Remembrance is a cherished royal tradition, often expressed through fashion and jewellery. When Catherine wears Diana's jewels, it's a touching tribute, celebrated by all. But when Meghan wears something linked to Diana, suspicion replaces warmth. The same gesture is seen as loving for one, calculated for the other. The only difference is the woman wearing the piece. This is the double standard in its clearest form. It's not about honouring Diana, it's about who is allowed to do so. Meghan is denied the same grace and sincerity given to others. The criticism isn't about memory, it's about exclusion. The rules change depending on who's in the spotlight. So, what's really behind the criticism that Meghan Markle faces? At its core, it's fear. Fear of change, fear of losing control, and fear of a woman who refuses to fit the mould. Diana was a modern woman the establishment couldn't control. She was popular, independent, and powerful, capturing the world's attention in a way that unsettled the old guard. Meghan, too, is independent, articulate, and determined to forge her own path, unafraid to speak her mind or challenge outdated traditions. Together, she and Harry are building a new model of public life, one that exists outside the rigid boundaries of traditional royal structures and expectations. The press and establishment see in Meghan the same threat they once saw in Diana, a woman who can't be managed, who won't be silenced, and who dares to be different. The freaky show narrative is a tool used to diminish her, to control her story, and to make her seem less relatable or credible to the public. The obsession isn't really with her clothes or her style, it's with her potential, her influence, and the possibility that she represents a new kind of woman in the public eye. The relentless attacks are a proxy war against her independence and modernity, a way to push back against progress and maintain the status quo. It's the old world's fear of a new way of being, a fear that the future might look very different from the past. In the end, the spectacle is just a distraction from real change, a smokescreen to keep us from seeing the transformation that's already underway. In the end, we're left with a story of imbalance, a double standard applied to one, not the other. My hope is that we look past the headlines and see with clarity and fairness. Let's question the stories we're told, especially when they're relentlessly one-sided. When you hear cosplay or freaky show, ask, who benefits from this narrative? Let's see people as complex humans, not caricatures. The kindness we extend to public figures reflects the kindness we show in our own lives. So to my darlings watching, don't fall for the narrative. Don't let the press gaslight you. Don't let them weaponize Diana again to punish the woman Harry loves. Meghan isn't reenacting history. She's writing her own chapter, and the press can't stand that she doesn't need their permission. Now, let's give the Meghan haters a day off. They're exhausted. And let Tom Sykes know the reign is officially here.